I'm Judy Vitale from ReadTheStars.com, here with your week at work for July 23rd through 29th, 2012. Wow, it's a lot of 20s in there. Last week was very intense. We had the Mars-Uranus opposition. People went out, what's a Mars-Uranus opposition? If you look back at the news, I think you can find out what it was. It's very, very, very unnerving energy. It triggered off a lot of bad behavior. So let's hope that things will settle down a little bit. And this week, I think they might. So that's the good news. Of course, we're still in Mercury retrograde. So we can't do a lot in terms of business or in terms of even our personal lives. We have to relax. We're almost forced to relax because everything that we start to do, to put forward, kind of makes us go back and do it over again. This can be very productive, however. There are times when we're doing something that we do all the time, really slowly. We discover a new way of doing it, and we can say, gee, I can do that from now on. So find those moments in your life. Be grateful for them, treasure them, and remember them. The other thing that will be going on this week is an excessive amount of void of course moon time. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with void of course moon, I define it, or I have learned to define it, by the moon being in a sign and past the point where it can make any kind of geometric angle to the other planets. So that means, for instance, if all the planets are clustered at the beginning of the sign, as the moon goes through a sign that's making aspects to the moon, it will stop making those aspects at a certain point, and after that it is void until it goes into the next sign. Go to ReadTheStars.com to see the exact times for the void of course moon. I will now go through the week day by day to give you a little breakdown as to what days are going to be void of course. On those days, you want to avoid making major purchases. You want to get away from doing anything that is very decisive or something that you can't go back. You know, I always say use pencil during the void of course moon because you well might have to go back and erase it later. That goes for things that we say to people as well. Don't say, I'm going to set so-and-so straight during a void of course moon, because you will wind up eating those words, especially with void of course moon and Mercury retrograde. And needless to say, we need to be very careful with anything that has us moving around, from walking to driving to flying to taking trains, all of that stuff, boats, everything. Very, very careful. Just move slowly. It's okay. It's summer. You can do it. Right. Okay. Monday, the moon will be void of course all day until 6:38 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be in Libra at that point. The void of course moon in Virgo is really good for organizing things. If you need to clean your house, if you need to clean your inner house, good day for it. Tuesday, we have a little bit of a little vibration from last week. Once again, the Libra moon is going to get into that Uranus and Pluto square thing that, you know, is going on up in the sky. So Tuesday will be the most nervous energy, but it can also be very productive if you do want to make a very strong statement. Early on Wednesday, things are okay because the moon won't go void until 11:22 a.m. Eastern Time, and then it will go into Scorpio at 10:29 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll also have Mercury and Uranus in a very productive alignment called a trine, and they will enable us to get ideas down from the ether and kind of do something with them to a degree. Remember that Mercury is retrograde. On Thursday, the moon will be void of course from 11:38 on, are you ready for this, folks? All the way through until Saturday. So we're just going to have a very nice, easy weekend. Don't make a lot of plans. Let the things that happen just occur so that you can be in a mode where you stop and say, what shall I do now in the moment? Live in the moment. And that's really the best way to handle a week like this. On Saturday, the Sun and Mercury will be together, giving us some grand ideas, and the Sagittarius moon will be in play, so that will be very uplifting. People will be in a much better mood. And after that, on Sunday, we will have the void of course moon again in the evening. So if you have anything to get done, such as the weekly horoscopes at work, get them done before 5:01 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, the 29th, okay? That's it for this week. If you have any questions or something that you would like to ask me, you may send any of your comments along to Judy, Judi, at readthestars.com. Private video readings will be available again in August. I don't read during the Mercury retrograde, but if you would like to make an appointment or sort of get in line for one, you can contact me with your birth information, and that will be great. Till then, hope you have a great week.